Noah Frith and Javian Lofton, those guys good?
I expect Noah to play. Javion is questionable.
Bryce Matthews and Damian Bounds.
Bryce is ready. Damien's questionable.
And Dejon Anthony is all cleared and good to go, correct?
Correct.
And how did he look in practice this week?
Good. Really happy to have him back.
Awesome. I think that's all I had. Damien, if you had any more, John, you guys
Haskins is doubtful.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you.
Cooper McCall.
Doubtful. Unfortunately, we've got a few COVID issues. You know, I expect everybody does, but.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a question for you, not injury related. Malik yesterday said that in terms of the offense and grading it, he said that he still feels like they have a long ways to go.
He's listening to me then.
Listen, this week to the offense.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, it's not where I want us to be. I mean, we have not sustained any type of execution with intensity throughout practice. I mean, it's just as well as I know how to put it, and that doesn't mean we're not a good offense or not going to be a good offense. But in order to improve, there's a standard to which you have to practice and hold everybody to that standard. And it's almost like we have some arrogance about us, and I don't mean that as a bunch of individuals that are arrogant. I mean that it's almost like the success that we've experienced offensively has subconsciously made a group feel like, well, we'll get to the game and one of our coaches will call the right play at the right time, or one of our athletes will run around and make a play and we'll find a way, which, having that confidence that you'll find a way is a good thing. But I've coached long enough to know that if you are not preparing the right way and you're letting other things capture your focus other than the way we prepare, that's a dangerous mentality and situation to put yourself in, particularly playing the schedule with people like Troy on it. That's how I feel.
One follow-up from me on that, then I'll get to John. So is it more of a thing of just not enough of a sense of urgency, you would say, or is it just not enough guys pulling on the same rope at the same time?
No, I'm not. I wouldn't. Media guys are always looking for whether there's something going on with people not pulling in the same direction. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. None. It's just the culture is not to the standard that I want it to be for us to prepare the right way with intensity and effort and execution. Period. Now, whatever the reasons are, it ain't them not wanting to pull in the same direction, or it's what we deal with in coaching with kids, and I've got to do a better job getting them to understand the standard to which we have to practice to continue to have the success that we want to have. That's what it is.
Thank you. John, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, on Monday you mentioned that you look at this game as being a toss-up. Having games like that as a coach, as a competitor, is that something you are excited for, challenges like that? Is that something that gets you hyped up and ready for the game Saturday?
Yes, you feel a lot more excited and hyped up when you feel like you've prepared properly. So I would feel a lot more excited now we're not through. We've got all day today, all day tomorrow, and Saturday until 6 o'clock to continue to prepare and coach. And today was good. Today our offense prepared like I want them to, and we got to build on that throughout the rest of this day, tomorrow, and the rest of Saturday. But come game time, yes, they'll be knowing that you've got a toss-up game with a team that's very well coached and that can beat you is always exciting to test yourself in.
Damien?
You mentioned Monday you were going to take today to address the team about the 20th anniversary of 9/11.
least give us a glimpse of the message that you gave to them?
Actually decided to wait until the hotel. We had our hands full today with the corrections.
How's the special teams unit look this week in practice?
Yeah, I think pretty good. Obviously we don't do that live too much, but I thought we kicked the ball well, and hopefully that'll translate into being as aggressive as we were in practice with the way we go about our job.
John?
With the corrections you're referencing on offense and things of that nature, is that something that you hope or you turn to some of your leaders on offense, some of the guys that have been around, captains or what you may have, and say you guys need to step up and take this on? As coaches, we're doing what we want to do, but you guys have to lead yourself. I know you've mentioned that when players only led teams are the most successful.
Well, it certainly, I definitely depend upon them to set a culture in our locker room and outside the locker room. Sometimes this correction stuff is they can help, but it's hard for every group to understand. I mean, this is a 30-minute conversation that would take, but when you may have a unit, a group, the tight ends, they may in their mind have had a great practice, and maybe that's true. Maybe they executed extremely well. Maybe their intensity was at the level that it should be. And so if one of your leaders is in that tight end group, which some of ours are, it's very hard for them to understand why Coach Freeze is just foaming at the mouth in the team meeting on the fact that we probably didn't have one play on Tuesday and Wednesday that was executed with the intensity and correct execution that I would hope. Because they don't get to watch every single player, and the only way an offense functions efficiently is that if all 11 players are doing it with the same intensity and execution. So I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of hard for them to see things from my eyes. So I don't lean on them too much on this. I put this on me and me alone. I have to do better, period. And they do too, and I've got to show them how, or I've got to make it hard enough on them to where they do it. So it's good that they do hear my voice, and I heard the leaders today helping in the encouragement to practice like we should. But ultimately, it's kind of hard for a single individual to be the lead, take the lead on this issue. That's my opinion.
Damien?
Hugh, you mentioned you have a few COVID issues, but it's not to the extent that it's going to wipe out most of the team, is it?
I'm not going to comment on COVID, man. I can't control that. And, we've got a test every week, and we've been fortunate thus far. But I do expect that it will affect your team in one way or another throughout the course of this year, whether you've had the vaccine or haven't. And we've had some cases of both. And it's part of the world we live in, and I can't control it. But I'm not going to get into every week talking about exactly what that means this given week.